I'm 81 years old. I have enough money. I have my health, mostly. I have a place to live. But there's something I lost that I can't get back. Not because of a fight. Not because someone betrayed me or I betrayed them. I lost it because I stayed quiet when I should have spoken. Because I thought there would be more time. Because I believed silence was safer than honesty. I'm Arthur, and I'm telling you this because you still have time. I don't want you to learn this the way I did. When I was younger, maybe in my early 30s, I worked in construction management. Long days, good pay, a lot of responsibility. I had a crew I managed, deadlines to meet, a reputation to build. I was busy, always busy. I had a younger brother, Daniel. He was 4 years younger than me. We grew up close, the way brothers do when they share a room and fight over the bathroom and know each other's secrets. But somewhere in our 20s, we started drifting. Not dramatically, just gradually. He'd call, I'd be too tired to talk. He'd invite me to dinner, I'd say I had an early meeting. He'd ask how I was doing, I'd say fine, and I'd mean it. I was fine. I was building something. I thought he understood. I think now that he did understand, and that was the problem. There were things I never told him. Small things, maybe, but they mattered. Like how proud I was when he got his teaching job, how I used to brag about him to my crew, how much I missed the way we used to talk when we were younger, before life got complicated and we both got careful with our words. I didn't say those things because I thought he knew, or because I thought it wasn't necessary. We were brothers. That was enough, wasn't it? But it wasn't. The distance grew so slowly I didn't notice it. A missed birthday here, a canceled lunch there, phone calls that got shorter and shorter until they stopped altogether. We didn't argue, we didn't fall out, we just stopped reaching out. And I told myself it was fine. We were both busy, we had our own lives, we'd reconnect eventually. Eventually never came. There was a time, maybe when I was 37 or 38, when Daniel called me. It was late, past 10. I was tired. I had a presentation the next morning. He said he needed to talk. I said, "Can it wait until the weekend?" He said, "Sure it can wait." We never had that conversation. I don't know what he wanted to say. Maybe it was nothing important. Maybe it was everything. I'll never know. Because the weekend came and I was busy again. And then another week passed. And then a month. And then it became normal not talking. Normal to see his name and think, I'll call him later. Normal to let his calls go to voicemail and promise myself I'd call back tomorrow. But tomorrow became next week. Next week became next month. And before I knew it, 3 years had passed. 3 years of silence. Not because we were angry, not because something happened, just because I kept choosing silence, kept choosing to wait, kept believing there was no urgency. I saw him at our mother's funeral. We were both in our 40s by then. We hugged. We said the usual things people say. We stood next to each other and didn't really speak. There was this wall between us, built brick by brick from all those missed calls, all those conversations we never had. I wanted to say something. I wanted to apologize, to explain, to tell him I missed him. But it felt too big, too awkward, too late. So I said nothing. We went back to our separate lives. I told myself I'd reach out next month. Next month came and went. Then another year, then 5 years, then 10. And then I got the call. Daniel had a heart attack. He was 53. He died in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. I stood in my living room holding the phone. My wife was asking me something, but I couldn't hear her. All I could think was, I never told him. I never told him I was proud of him. I never told him I missed him. I never apologized for pulling away. I never said thank you for all the times he tried to keep us close when I was too busy to care. I never told him I loved him. Not once in those last 15 years. And now I never would. People talk about regret like it's this sharp, sudden thing. It's not. It builds slowly, quietly, in all the moments you let pass, in all the words you don't say, in all the times you choose silence because it feels easier, safer, less complicated. But silence doesn't protect you. It just creates distance. And distance, once it's there, is almost impossible to close. I went to Daniel's funeral. I saw his wife. I saw his daughter, who I barely knew. I saw his friends, all these people who'd been part of his life while I was absent from it. And I realized how much time I'd wasted believing we'd always have more of it. I realized I'd let my brother become a stranger because I was too proud, too busy, too afraid to be vulnerable, to admit I'd pulled away, to say I was sorry. I thought silence was neutral, that it didn't hurt anyone, that it was just the absence of conflict. But silence isn't neutral. Silence is a choice, and it has a cost. I stood at his grave and I tried to say the things I should have said when he was alive. But it didn't matter. He couldn't hear me. And I knew, standing there, that I'd never forgive myself for waiting. I'm 81 now. I've had a long life. I've built things. I've accomplished things. I've made money, earned respect, done work I'm proud of. But none of that matters as much as the time I lost with my brother. I think about him every day. I think about the phone call I didn't take, the lunch I canceled, the 3 years that became 5, became 10, became forever. I think about how easy it would have been to just pick up the phone, to just say, I miss you, I'm sorry, I love you. 3 sentences, maybe 30 seconds. That's all it would have taken. But I didn't. And now he's gone. And I live with that. If you're watching this and there's someone in your life you've been meaning to reach out to, someone you've let drift away, someone you keep meaning to call but never do, I'm asking you to stop waiting. Don't wait for the right moment. Don't wait until things are less busy. Don't wait until it feels easier, because it won't. And then one day, it'll be too late. You think you have time. You think there's always tomorrow. You think they know how you feel, so you don't need to say it. But you don't have time. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, and they don't know. Not unless you tell them. I learned this too late. I lost my brother to silence. Not to anger, not to betrayal, just to silence. To all the conversations I put off, all the words I didn't say, all the moments I let pass because I thought there would always be more. There won't always be more. Say the things you need to say. Apologize. Thank them. Tell them you love them. Tell them you're proud of them. Tell them they matter. Don't let silence build a wall between you and the people you care about, because by the time you realize how high that wall has gotten, it might be too impossible to climb. I'm 81. I've lived a long time. And if I could go back and change one thing, it wouldn't be a business decision or a career move or any of the things I used to think mattered. It would be picking up the phone when Daniel called. It would be having that conversation. It would be saying the words I never said. But I can't go back. You can't either. None of us can. But you can stop letting silence win. You can reach out today, right now, before more time passes, before it's too late. Because silence doesn't keep the peace. It just creates the kind of distance that you can't cross once the person is gone. And trust me, you don't want to live with that.